It is also time for Dr. Jaimie Ronchetto from Cinema Vet. Good morning. Are we ready? Do we have all the gifts in place for everyone?
Good morning.
Are you ready?
I think I'm ready.
You're ready? I think I'm ready too. Which is, I always say I'm going to start early, but I think this year I did it. I think this year I can relax a week before Christmas.
Good feeling, huh?
It is kind of just, I needed it. So, since the last time you were here, 2 weeks ago, we had some questions emailed.
Okay.
So you're now on a panel, Dr. Jaimie Ronchetto from Cinema Vet. Here we go. You ready?
Sure.
Here's email number 1. The dangers of Christmas tree water that has additives in it. Is it dangerous for the dogs to drink?
That's a good question. So, yes. Just sort of depends on what's actually in the additives, and I would encourage people to read anything that they put. I know, right? Read anything that they put in there. I mean, this is the first year I've had an artificial tree, but every other year I've always had real trees, and I never used any additives because I do have animals. I'd just rather not take that risk, and I always used just normal water, and my trees always lived well past Christmas and did fine. But yeah, if they are caught drinking out of the tree, those things in the additives can be dangerous. We don't want any tummy upset or something worse to happen. So if you have pets, I would encourage you just to use normal water.
Honestly, I've used additives and I've not used additives, and I found that if you just water your tree every day, if you make it kind of a habit before you go to bed or something, or when you wake up, and you add the water, I see absolutely no difference.
Yeah.
Whether you have an additive, just make sure there's water in there.
Right.
That's the only difference, quite honestly, I've ever seen.
Yeah, just water it every day and they do really great.
Right? What do I know? Okay, question number 2, same person.
Okay.
Also, I've heard that poinsettias are dangerous for cats, but not sure. What about mistletoe?
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, poinsettias definitely are toxic to cats and dogs. So
is it the berries or the leaves?
I think it's the entire plant.
Just everything?
Yeah,
Okay.
The entire plant is toxic.
Okay.
So, keep them, they're beautiful, and I try to get them every year too, but just keep them out of reach, somewhere where they can be seen but not tried to be nibbled on. Mistletoe. I'm trying to remember. I honestly don't know.
I would assume it's the same, it's in that same family like holly and poinsettia, because it does have berries.
It does have berries, yes. So, just to be safe, certainly keep it out of the way.
I mean, if you're hanging mistletoe, but then cats sometimes, I guess they could. But if you're hanging mistletoe like on a string in the middle of nowhere, or by the door.
Yeah, hang it somewhere where, little paws can't go up and reach for them, and
cats can't jump.
Right.
That would be a reach. But I don't know. Do your cats do that? Can they fly?
My cats are pretty good. They're really pretty well behaved. Where my tree is this year, the topper is kind of grabbing length because it's near the stairs. My whole tree is near the stairs, and so my cats have discovered if they go up the stairs enough, and then they can reach the banister and get to the tree. But they've been really good.
Why do cats? This is not a question from the email, but why do cats believe that everything is their toy?
Because it's their world. They think they rule the world. Everything's for them.
You're not wrong. Okay. Here's a question for you. I'm seeing a lot of dog treats come out this time of year that are gingerbread flavored. I'm assuming it's okay for dogs, but is it really? And how many times, and if it is okay, how many times a day can they have these treats?
Wow. Okay, so
gingerbread question.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I think a little bit of ginger is fine. What I would wonder about is the other things in there. So usually with dog treats that you see, they're going to have pretty benign ingredients. Pumpkin is going to be in there, and other things like that they can actually eat, and maybe just look like gingerbread or have a little bit of the gingerness to it. But I don't think that would be a taste that they would really enjoy. So it probably is meant to more look like gingerbread and not necessarily taste it. So I would look at the ingredients, and there may be just a little bit of ginger in there, which would be fine. Make sure there's not a lot of added sugar and just a lot of other things that you don't need to be feeding your pet. If it's more just natural ingredients, then that would be fine.
I think I saw some at Trader Joe. I think I saw some at Trader Joe's, and they smell great.
Yeah.
But I don't think they taste kind of any different than normal dog treats,
Right.
quite honestly.
That's typically how it is.
You know?
Is they have a pretty bland taste. Or, they make it taste more like something a dog would like maybe chicken or something like that. But they smell good to us.
Yeah.
And so, like with any treat, I would say really everything in moderation. So don't go crazy with it. Maybe just, 1 or 2 treats a day.
You ruin everything with that whole moderation business.
I'm no fun.
It's the holidays. Come on.
I know. But, we don't want tummy upset, especially if it's a new treat. So just, take it slow, and it can be their special treat, maybe 1 a day, and then just stick with their normal stuff.
Okay, so here's an ongoing problem from this email. I have a smelly dog. We have tried everything. We have tried medicines. We have tried changing the food out. We have tried absolutely everything. The dog still smells. The dog's poop does not smell.
Okay.
It smells like normal dog poop, so it doesn't have a really weird odor. It is the dog that smells. Help, what can we do?
Okay, so there's many reasons why your dog can smell. So we got to figure out if it's coming from their skin and their fur, or is it coming from their mouth, or is it actually coming from deeper down, like their gut. So that's number 1. So changing the food, like they have already done, sometimes helps, because if they're having some kind of adverse reaction to their food that's coming out as really bad halitosis coming from their gut, like if they're having some kind of gastric reflux issue, that sometimes helps. Bad breath from any kind of dental issue, bacteria in the mouth, gingivitis, that can really have a foul odor. Sometimes dogs can have a foul odor even if their teeth don't look too bad, because it could just be that they have bacteria under the gum line that we can't see anything, but it's causing that smell.
And it would make the dog as a whole smell like poop.
It can. Well, it can just smell in general.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well, she says it smells. The dog smells like poo.
Okay, but the stool doesn't smell any different. The dog just smells.
Is it the anal glands that maybe need help?
Yeah, that was going to be my next thing.
Okay.
So anal glands have a very powerful odor. Sometimes it can be a fishy smell. Sometimes it's just a foul odor that you can't really put your finger on, like you can't quite tell what it is. So checking anal glands with your groomer or your veterinarian would be the next step. And we can tell you if they're too full, if they're infected, or some other kind of issues going on.
Would that cause the entire dog to smell like?
It's a pretty powerful smell. So yes.
Okay.
And then certainly, bathing, maybe medicated shampoo and that kind of thing to help with just condition of the skin and the coat if it's coming from there.
I know we had a long time ago, we had a commercial for these pills that were supposed to help a dog smell better because they couldn't put their finger on it, but they didn't really work.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with those?
I'm not.
It sounds like an over-the-counter thing. It doesn't sound like a prescription or anything.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of medication that you would prescribe to help this situation?
Well, like I said, I would need to figure out where the smell's coming from exactly. So, an exam would be helpful. And then kind of going through all of those steps. It's easy enough to check the anal glands. It's easy enough to get a stool sample and check that, make sure there's not a stool issue that's affecting the dog, doing a good oral exam, all of those things.
Gotcha. I think we've covered it all. We've covered stools. We've covered smells. We've covered gingerbread treats for the dog. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you. Yes, you too.
Will we see you before the new year? I don't know. I don't have the calendar out.
I don't think so.
So 2020 it is.
Yeah.
Dr. Jaimie Ronchetto, best number to get you at if someone's looking for the best vet in the Santa Clarita Valley. Where do they go?
Yeah, you can call us at 661-253-9300.
Perfect. Thanks, Dr. Jaimie.
Thank you.